Come on. Welcome to the inaugural Job Spectrum Report. I am Blake Art, and this is my attempt to manifest a combination new economy / art installation. I'll be posting content on the Job Spectrum website in the coming weeks that has more robust information in it, but I want to make this initial ranking report as concise as possible, so I'm going to blow through it pretty quickly. Everyone is busy, and thanks in advance for your time. So what exactly is the purpose of the Job Spectrum? It has many, and again, you'll be able to glean more information in the articles of this newsletter. But to sum it up, the purpose of the Job Spectrum is to manufacture data with meaning, manufacturing data with meaning, which will be the springboard of a variety of uses and profit centers for all involved, including you, if you wish to participate. So, very quick aside of how behind the initial Job Spectrum launch, which was started on October 22nd of this year, less than 60 days ago. We're using a variation of the lean startup model championed by Eric Ries, and detailed in the article below the fold of this Talk Fusion newsletter. We'll give you a more detailed explanation. But I have my own twist or spin on the methodology behind it. And the slide will advance. There we go. The lean startup model is a circular launch, learn, adapt, but the Job Spectrum model is a launch, learn, adapt in the shape of a spiral. It doesn't come back to its beginning. And this aligns with the whole business model and mechanism of how the Job Spectrum will operate after it gains its initial momentum. So moving upward and forward through time. And the shape of the spiral is very important to the Job Spectrum. That being said, let's get to the initial data set results, and I'll give you as concise a breakdown as possible. These are the 21 guilds right here in their scoring in order of how they scored from the 9 participants who took the survey. The thing that jumps out, besides the tie for second right here between these 3: military, public service, engineering, architecture and construction, nursing and healthcare, is the dramatic fall off of statistics after the professional science workers and research. It's like a 4-point drop off, or more than a 4-point drop off, which I think is pretty interesting. Next, the x-axis, job importance. Basically, nursing and healthcare came in first, farming and food industries came in second, professional and scientific workers and research came in third. I like to compare this initial Job Spectrum, since there's 21 guilds, to like Premiership football. So we basically focus on the top 3 and the bottom 3 teams in regards to how they performed. And also, anytime you see a number in a different color, anything below 5.0 denotes kind of a negative performance in regards to how the spectrum functions. So there was one negative functionality in the skill in the previous slide, job importance. So now we're at skill involved, and we've got 8 negative performing guilds here, or scoring in the negative. But you know, the number 1 scoring guild in the skill involved is professional scientific workers and research, which is to be expected. One thing I didn't expect, and they tied for last here, are these 2 guilds, the transportation, shipping and professional driving and government workers, scoring so much lower than the other ones. That's kind of a surprise. The third one, job difficulty, and this third question has so many variables regarding how the different guilds score, but the answers were pretty surprising. But it was a kind of a fluctuation across. This was more spread out, I think, than the other 2 categories. But it, again, many of these kind of scored into the negative. So I think that's kind of telling, or something that's pretty interesting. So the majority of the guilds scoring towards the negative, and barely 5 of the guilds in the middle 5 score range. So these were like real close to going over to that side of the scale. But the one thing that people kind of recognize is that restaurant, hospitality, and food service scored towards the top of quote unquote winning this particular month's survey. So here are all the October November rankings combined, and the one thing that really surprised me from this initial data compilation was farming and food industries coming in first. I was kind of shocked actually of how those scored, and as you can see over here, you can see how each individual guild ranked in the X category, Y category, and Z category all at once. And so one of the things that you can take away from this is this is a lot of data just with 9 people participating and 1 month's results. So think about let's stop this.